You know this man, each and every Thursday, he joins us on the program to offer up his selections. And that is the one, the only Lee Sterling from ParamountSports.com. Looks like you've got your Oregon State Beavers jumpsuit on today, Lee. What's going on?
No. Well, Oregon State colors, but we actually have the Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, look at that.
Old school, huh?
You are going old school on the Bengals.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, you a big Joe Burrow fan?
I like Joe Burrow. Yeah. I mean, if he had a better line, he'd be really dangerous with all the receivers and Joe Mixon, but can't have everything.
That's true. But we can, because we've got you, and I'm excited about that. And obviously, we're going to get to talk about what you have going on at ParamountSports.com in a little bit. But again, it's Locktober, still right in the middle of Locktober. So this is the month of the year where you kind of turn it to another gear. And maybe it's because there's so much going on. Football's already now 6 weeks into their season. You've got the playoffs for baseball. Soon basketball and hockey, or hockey just started this week, basketball next week, UFC. Boxing this past weekend with that great fight between Fury and help me out with that. Tyson Fury
Wilder.
And there you go, Deontay Wilder, which was a lot of fun. There's just a lot of good stuff going on right now in sports.
Yeah, hockey started a couple days ago.
Yep.
You know, we had one of the greatest seasons ever last year in hockey. So if anyone's interested in hockey, I mean, you look it up. Go to covers.com. I think they have 19 handicappers that do hockey. No one. We doubled up the next closest guy. So had a great football and hockey season, good in the NBA. I think we're number 3 out of 27 people in baseball. So my only losing sport was college basketball. And it was one of those years, with no fans in the stands, just some real uneven play, but happy so far with the year.
I don't blame you. Speaking of happy, they're happy in Oklahoma right now because they beat Texas and an incredible 21-point comeback. That's never happened in the history. We've got a legitimate quarterback controversy right now in Norman, which kind of adds to the drama. And maybe hidden in all of this is the fact that they've got a big one against TCU this weekend, and they're 13.5-point favorites over the Horned Frogs.
So pretty sure that Caleb Williams is going to start here. And I think that Spencer Rattler, if he's smart, team player. Look at Jalen Hurts. Look what he did at Alabama. He got beaten out, stayed around through the end of the season. And what happens? He transfers, has a great year, gets drafted in the second round. Spencer Rattler leaves right now. I think it really hurts him here. So I think he's got talent. Sometimes just the right talent around you just doesn't happen. It's not like they were horrible, just things never really clicked. But TCU's defense is terrible. But their offense, I think, is good enough to hang in this game here. Max Duggan, he's completed over 55% of his third down conversions. Their offense is right up there with almost any team. And just think that, by losing 6 straight to Oklahoma, they're going to come to play here. So I think Oklahoma wins 47-43, but I would never lay 13.5 points in the Sooners.
No, they have no defense. I mean, we saw that last week against Texas. They have no defense. And I'll tell you something else. Zach Evans is one of the best running backs in college football that nobody's heard of. And he's the workhorse for TCU, and he makes big plays, makes it happen.
Right. So I like their offense, they don't have to win the game. Just keep it within 2 touchdowns.
Let's get to the one here in El Paso. Louisiana Tech and Utep. Now, this is a big one for both teams. La Tech is 2-3. They're coming off a bye week with losses to Mississippi State, SMU, and North Carolina State. They barely beat Southeastern, and then they beat North Texas by a touchdown. Miners are 5-1 at home, but they're 7-point dogs, and coming off their best performance on the road this season against Southern Miss, in which the defense absolutely made their life miserable. Lee, as you might imagine, the Miners could be bowl eligible with a win 7 weeks into the season. That's unheard of here in El Paso, but nonetheless, it's going to be a tough test because the schedule gets tougher starting with La Tech this weekend.
Well, I think it would be a better matchup for them if they threw the football, because La Tech, number 129 out of 130 teams, pass defense, giving up 321 yards per game. allowing 14 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. But I still think you can run on this team here. And Miners are 5-1 straight up, 4-1 against the spread as a home underdog. Key is shorten the game, run the ball, make Louisiana Tech play from behind, and Louisiana Tech will turn the ball over here. I'm calling for the upset. Give me the Miners here, 27-23.
All right.
Yep.
Lee staying on the Utah. It worked last week when you picked them, right?
Yep.
So,
Yep. There you go.
all right. Going
We'll go back to the
minus-
well one more time.
There you go. That takes us to the final college game of the week. Texas and Oklahoma State. Now, Longhorns blow the lead. This is going to be, again, I'm amazed. They're 5.5-point favorites at home against the Cowboys. Oklahoma State's off to a great start this season. Texas has no defense, just like Oklahoma. They have no defense. So you kind of say to yourself, will they be able to rebound, or will this be a sweep of the state of Oklahoma when it's all said and done?
So Oklahoma State plays defense, unlike most schools in the Big 12. They've held every opponent. Now, I haven't played real good teams to 23 points or less. They're going to muck up the game. They're not going to have many guys drafted in the first, second, or third round, maybe no one. But it's about a team. It's not about individuals. And I think 5 of the last 6 games have been decided by 3, 6, and 7 points. And the one time was decided by 7 points. That was an overtime game. Memory serves me correct. So I like their defense. I think their offense, they're going to just try to get 4 or 5 yards on first downs. Another team's going to try to shorten the game here. They're 11-4 against the spread on the road. They're actually a better road team than they are a home team here. Why not? Another underdog here. Oklahoma State, 30-27.
All right, that gets us through college. 2 to go. We got 2 NFL games. Let's start with Cleveland and Arizona. That's the first one. Yeah. Cleveland was in a crazy shootout with the Chargers over the weekend, and 43 points scored in the fourth quarter. Lee, it was wild. Arizona's the only undefeated team left in the league, yet they're 3-point dogs in Cleveland this week to the Brownies. Give me your thoughts on this one.
Key to this game is the Cleveland secondary is beaten up. I mean, 4 of their top 5 cornerbacks could be out for this game. And Arizona, I mean, they've got receivers galore. DeAndre Hopkins, Rondale Moore, the rookie wide receiver, kick returner is special. And Kyler Murray's not scrambling as much. He's staying in the pocket. What they did in the offseason, they went for running backs that could pass block also. That was one of the biggest weaknesses here. So I don't think the Dolphins, the 72 Dolphins, have anything to worry about. I think they'll be popping the champagne in a couple weeks, but not this week. I like Arizona here, 30-24.
And that takes us to the final game of your 5 picks, Kansas City and Washington. The Chiefs have just not been the same so far this season, especially at home. But here they are once again favored by nearly a touchdown. 6-point favorites over Washington.
Yeah, Washington last year, number 2 defense, inexplicably just have not played well this year. But the key is getting to the quarterback. Only 9 times in the first 5 games. I think they're going to put the heat on them here. So I like their defense. I think that their offense, they have the playmakers to get the job done here. They're one of these teams. There's a team every year, Steve. I don't know what it is in the NFL. That through 10 or 12 games, they'll win 1 game and then they'll lose 1 game. And I think they're that team. They lost last week. I'm going to go with them here. I'm going to take them as an underdog. I think they win this game here, 30-27.
All right. Elise Sterling, ParamountSports.com. Locktober continues. Let's talk about that. You've got free selections as well on the website, and also the game of the week, which will stay in the NFL.
Yep. So really love this game. Denver and Vegas should be a fun game. 2 teams need a win here. We're going to find out if John Gruden leaving, big factor here. Can they overcome it, or can Denver get back on track, which has lost 2 straight? So just go to ParamountSports.com. And we'll give you that game, or check out the website. I mean, a lot of free pick videos you can check out, and you want to join us, not for October, Locktober, 3 weeks, $247. So give us a call, 800-400-9741 or ParamountSports.com.
By the way, let's get back to the free videos for a second. Yep. Okay. I noticed something. All right. And I got to get and I just want your rationale on this, because it's amazing.
Okay.
Every video, you have a different colored polo shirt on. So
Right.
that is amazing to me because, I mean, how large is the wardrobe, number one, and how does the rotation get decided as you're wearing the polos for each of the picks?
I don't really decide much, there's not much thought process that goes in. If there was, if I was like doing an Oklahoma State game, I would have on an orange polo, but not as much thought process goes into it. But the wardrobe's pretty big. We have a lot of polos with Paramount Sports on it. So like to have fun with it and, put the different backgrounds, and we always try to change up the backgrounds of the different fields also, at least every year. So get a different view into the stadium.
Do you have a Sun Bowl background or do you need me to send you one?
No, I got one. Okay,
good. Just making sure you do. All right. Hey, great stuff. Enjoyed the conversation. Until next week, Lee, thanks so much for the time as always.
Okay. Thanks, Steve. Take care.
You too.